Big LOTTI gang, for everybody who's been keeping up with my professional basketball career, stick to the end of this video because I got a huge announcement for y'all after this workout.
Big LOTTI gang, what's good? Throw the fours up in the chat and welcome back to another video. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's a little gloomy out, little rain coming down, but that's not gonna stop the grind. Let's hurry up and take this inside. But before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on them notifications so you don't miss another video. So let's get into it. Now, currently at the time of recording this video, I'm not in season, but a lot of you are. So before we get into this workout, let's talk about the reality of training in season. Now, my situation differs a little bit, but I'll try to keep this general so everybody can relate. Training does not stop while we're in season. Rather, it's severely adjusted. And it's definitely more personal regarding intensity on a player-by-player basis. Obviously, after the season starts, in-game performance is the main priority. So if you're a guy who plays a lot of minutes, your training sessions are gonna be a little less intense, or they're structured a different way to make sure that you're at 100% by the time game time comes around. Whereas on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, if you don't really play, you don't get a lot of minutes, yes, I know it sucks, but you have way more room for intense training sessions. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be 100% on game day. Anything can happen and you should always be ready to go. But we're just talking from a general standpoint for right now. That being said, a lot of athletes think as soon as we get in season, intense training sessions go away. That's simply not true. Even if you are getting a lot of playing time on your team, you still need to have intense training sessions throughout the season. That's the only way to truly maintain peak athletic performance, by training at max effort when you have time to recover before your next game. That's literally the reason why teams usually have walkthroughs the night before games versus the extremely intense practice sessions that we see beforehand. Now, this doesn't mean that you're gonna go in the gym and max out on a squat and bench every day. The movements are definitely way more sport specific, but it's not just low weights, high reps, and only training for endurance. When it comes to building your bounce and athleticism in season, you're not gonna see the same results that you'll see in the off season unless you just have room to train that hard. Athleticism is no good if your body is not healthy enough to put it on full display. We're taking advantage of every component of being the best athlete possible. Don't neglect the other components like strength, mobility, stability, flexibility, etc. All in-season advice and workout videos will be in the same playlist, so feel free to scroll through and absorb as much information as possible. And don't forget to adjust the weight and intensity to whatever is best for your situation. Everybody's training journey is different. Consider me just providing a rough template, and we'll break down the purpose of each workout as we go along as usual. Now, I spent enough time yapping in this intro. Let's get into this warm-up. Now, we're breaking out our resistance bands to get warmed up, opening up the hips, and activating all the muscles that we're gonna be using for the workout today. Now, we preach this during the off season too, but a proper warm-up and cool down is gonna take you a long way throughout the season and throughout your career. Now, we're starting off on the sled with this push-pull series. 4 times down and back, and I'll explain the benefits in the voiceover.
Now, the pulling motion of the sled actually kills 2 birds with 1 stone, strengthening all the muscles surrounding the knee while taking the pressure off the joint itself. Assuming you're not suffering from any type of tendonitis, resisted backwards walking is one of the best preventative measures you can have. Now, pushing the sled mimics our sprinting motion, especially getting downhill on the basketball court, keeping our head up, core tight, and staying low and on our toes.
Now we isolating each leg for even strength and stability, specifically focusing on the explosive reaction of the hamstring and glutes. And you already know when it comes to jumping, most of the power that we use to get into the air comes from our quads, glutes, and hamstrings. And you see I'm not using an OD heavy weight. 135 dumbbell is more than enough. And y'all know jumping is a full body motion. As crazy as it sounds, you use more than just your legs to run and jump. So now we engage in the upper body with these bodyweight rows, strengthening our back with a little bit more challenge of stability from the core and the posterior chain than a pull-up. Now it's time to put it all together and get explosive from the ground up. Literally. We got these one-arm dumbbell snatches.
Where do I begin with the benefits of this exercise? Full body strength, power, core stability, coordination, mobility, you name it. But what I really like is the transfer of power between the upper body and lower body. I'm keeping it light today, but you'll be surprised how much weight you're able to move with this one.
Now it's time for our feet to actually leave the ground. We got our medicine ball, and we about to knock out these split jumps with a twist. Literally. We're going to be rotating our torso on each jump. Y'all already know, in the game of basketball, we have to contort our body and play and be explosive at different angles. The weight from your upper body shifts as we move on the court.
Now, after building that explosive power with the medicine ball, we're supersetting with our banded assisted jumps to minimize ground contact time. You should know jumping with power and speed is a dangerous combination, for the defender, of course. And continuing with the trend of being explosive at different angles, here we're practicing absorbing and redistributing the force that we put on our joints. Balance, coordination, knee, and ankle stability. Lastly, my favorite portion of this workout. Shout out to former Notre Dame and NBA point guard Demetrius Jackson. Obviously, it doesn't get any more sport specific than this. I'm pretty sure these movements are self-explanatory, especially if you've been paying attention to our workout series before. As for what these are called, there's no official name for them right now. But with the help of Demetrius, we're gonna call these our Super Saiyan Jab Series. My first step was already quick as hell, but now it's about to be lethal after these. Now, unfortunately, my dumbass didn't record the core session that was supposed to go with this workout. That's on me, gang. But this is a different session that I had with my same weighted tights on. This session was all mid-range jumpers. Face-ups, turnarounds, pull-ups, you name it. Really focusing on the footwork and elevation on my jumper in the mid-range. You see we putting those jabs and rips to use, and working on different counters and options for every move. I'm about to let these clips play out, so feel free to watch to the end. But if you made it this far, it's time for the announcement. Now, as some of you know, I was originally supposed to be returning to Montreal, Canada, to play my third season of professional basketball with the Montreal Tundra. And unfortunately, as some of you also know, with the expansion of the league, the Tundra have decided to opt out of the 2025 BSL season. This left me in a tough spot, not knowing where or if I was going to be able to play this season at all. Thankfully, I kept working, didn't give up on the grind, and talked to the right people. That being said, I'm proud to announce that this upcoming March, I'll be in Nova Scotia playing for the Halifax Hoopers in the TBL for the 2025 season. Not only am I excited for the opportunity on the court, but I'm also excited to connect with the community of Halifax, Nova Scotia. And the news doesn't stop there, because I'm also going to be taking you guys on this journey with me. From preparation on my own time to the in-season grind with my new teammates. Workouts, vlogs, interviews, you name it. Starting right after New Year's, we're going to revamp our Countdown to Training Camp series, and you guys can follow the journey from there. And of course, I'll let you guys know where you can stream the games. When I get that information, those details will be in the description of the videos. But thank you guys for the support, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all know the vibes from me is peace, love, and happiness to everybody. Continue to stay safe and stay on the grind. Big LOTTI gang. 4's up. We out.